All right, guys, I don't know if you've ever read through the Psalms, the different Psalms in the middle of your Bible, right? If you read in any of the Psalms, you start to run into this word that you'll see over and over again. It's not a word in English, selah, Selah. It happens over and over again throughout the Psalms. And there's a little bit of debate on what the word means. It's a Hebrew word, but most kind of agree that means to think about it, consider it, and it shouldn't evoke praise. But I think the philosophy of the word is what's important. This is the Warrior Podcast, episode 195. Let's talk about why we should think about it. So, as God communicates to us in the Psalms, which is really kind of a prayerful song book of the heart being poured out to God and the attributes of God being discussed and considered, I think the philosophy is that God doesn't want mindless robots to just check boxes, but He wants our heart. He wants us to consider His truths, who He is, who He says we are, our predicament, our role in everything, His role in everything, to think about it. See, the problem with religion is that a lot of times we advocate, we kind of surrender over responsibility to those in authority. It's like, well, my parents said X, Y, and Z, and so I just follow X, Y, and Z when it comes to my faith. Or my pastor says this, or my favorite author says that, or this authority over here says this, or this authority over there says that. When in reality, we're responsible individually to God, and we're to consider His ways, to take it into ourselves, to chew on it, to meditate, right? That word meditate in the biblical sense is to chew the cud. In the Psalms, when it says, I meditate on your word day and night, I chew on your word day and night like a cow, right? He chews on it, swallows it, digests it a little bit, spits it back up. Gross, right? Spits it back up, chews on it, considers it, tastes it again, swallows it, spits it back up, chews on it. This is biblical meditation, to think on it, to consider it, to invoke praise, the lifting up after considering it. See, I just think it's our natural tendency as humans to put things off and away from us so we can say, I did my part. I'm in the clear. When in reality, we're supposed to selah, think about it, consider it, let it change your mind, let it renew your mind. So the next time you really consider anything or hear anything, think about it. Does that apply? How does it apply? What specifically will that look like? And that's the thing. That's a real, I hesitate to say pet peeve because it's not really who am I to have a pet peeve about anything when it comes to the things of God, me personally, right? So whatever God says. But I would say that it's very easy for us to just keep things in generalities when it comes to the ways of faith and how it's applied. Right? I've talked on this before. I call it gold star answers when people kind of give you the Sunday school answers to things, or we even give it to ourselves. It's like, what can you be doing specifically to walk out that verse? Well, I just need to trust God and love Him more and love people. Those are all true answers. Nobody's saying they're not. But like specifically, well, I can go to Derek, and when Derek does X, I will do Y, and I believe that's fulfilling that commission. And if Derek goes Z, then I can do A. I think you get the point. The problem we do that is there's accountability factor. When we get real specific about things, it's scary because there's an accountability factor. There's a chance of success or failure. And when that case happens, we feel like we could be condemned or commended, to have a duality there. And that sometimes can be scary. We'd rather keep it general. That way there's that wiggle room inside. Now, you may be thinking, Man, you went from think about it to that. Think about it. All right, guys, as always, you're a warrior designed for glory, God's glory. Think about it. All right, if you like the content, like, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I'll continue to put it out. God be with you. Stay in the fight. Peace.